Can you tell me about your first impressions of America?
The skyscraper, I could see it from the boat, and I very soon then had sleeping in one room with the parents. I was a spoiled brat. I didn't enjoy not having my own room. But the first 3 months in America I didn't spend with them because they had no money. We all slept in one room when we came to New York. And we had relatives up in the Boston suburbs who had some home, had more money abroad, and whom I knew from Vienna, these relatives. And I went to school in Boston for a semester and lived with them. And I think it was very good for me because I had suddenly two siblings. There are two kids. One of them was my age, the other one was 2 years younger. And I had never had siblings, and it makes a difference in how you look at life, I think, when you have little other kids around. And I, at the beginning, really didn't have American friends in my early years. I had a number of refugee children, Jewish refugees from Vienna, had moved to New York also, and I saw something of them. I wouldn't say I was particularly unhappy, but I wasn't exactly flourishing in socially or athletically or anything like that. I remember never learning proper baseball, which is something you should be required to do if you enter America. And then I moved down. The parents started to have an income. I lived down and went to a couple of high schools in New York City, which actually were academically quite satisfactory. And one thing they fought with was my R, the R sound, because I was supposed to recite various poetry. And there was a friend of mine who's still around from high school reminds me that I was supposed to recite a French play, a piece of a French play. And I was supposed to say to one of the female characters, Rosine comme je t'adore. And I said, Rosine comme je t'adore, and the whole class burst out laughing with that. But worse than that poem was a standard classical English poet. The ploughman has the line, you might know, the ploughman homeward. It's an evening of some working people coming back to town. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way and leaves the world to darkness and to me. It's a Gray, I think is the name, classic poem. And I said, the ploughman homeward plods his weary way and leaves the world to darkness and to me. And the teacher said, John, that sounds horrible. Now, if a teacher now said this to any kid, they'd be in deep trouble. What this effect on me was totally positive. I said, I've got to work on my R, and I worked through the entire semester, and I could, and I don't have a perfect R, but I made great progress. No R's in anymore. So that was a plus. All my friends, I had not a big bunch, but a bunch of 4 of us and a couple of girls, were stuck together, went to the beaches in New York and other things. They were all refugees, and it wasn't I was looking for refugees, it's just somehow they naturally drifted together.